Hi, I'm Tim from Absolute Shutter, and we're going to cover in this video what to do if your Vizio TV power light is blinking and it won't switch on. So there's 6 possible fixes that I'm going to briefly go over. If you want any more details on each one, then have a look at the linked article in this video's description below. But the most common reason to see a blinking power light in your Vizio is that there's a problem with the power supply or with the power board or main board of your TV. So first of all, just try power cycling your TV. So unplug it, hold down the physical power button on the TV itself for at least 15 seconds. Then leave your TV unplugged for 30 minutes and then plug it back in and try switching it on again. This works in a lot of cases to fix your TV and to reset it. If this hasn't worked, then have a look at the wall socket that you've got your TV plugged into. So it could be that there's a problem with the voltage stability. This is common if you've got a surge interrupter or smart plug in between your TV and wall socket that isn't working very well. So remove any surge interrupters or smart plugs or similar so that your TV has got a direct line to the wall socket. You can also just try plugging your TV into a different wall socket on the other side of the room and see if that fixes your issue. If not, then take a look at the power cord. Make sure there's no kinks or knots in the power cord itself, which could be preventing it from delivering power properly. If you've got a new power cable lying around that you can use from a different device, then have a go with that. And just make sure that the power connector on your TV is free from corrosion, dirt and dust. You should also check for HDMI conflicts. So it could be that there's a poorly seated cable which isn't supplying signal, and so it looks like your TV isn't working. So remove any HDMI or any other physical cables other than the power cable. You can give all the cables a clean if you like and try putting them into slots on a different part of your TV if you've got them. If your TV is working normally without the HDMI cables, then it's probably because of a problem with the HDMI-CEC settings. So this allows two-way communication between your TV and a games console similar. And this can control your TV so that it doesn't listen to your remote or button presses. So if your TV is now working, then to switch off HDMI-CEC, go into System, then CEC, and set the CEC function to disable. If you're still seeing the blinking power light and your TV won't come on, then just make sure your remote is working properly and there's no stuck buttons on it that are sending a signal to your TV. So if you've got an IR remote, then just make sure it's not pointing at your TV. If you've got an RF remote, then try putting it in a different room or even take its batteries out so that it can't connect to your TV. And then just try using the buttons on the TV itself to see if that switches it on. If this doesn't work, then it's almost certainly a problem with the main board or power board. Usually it's a power board failure. So this is the board that the power connector plugs into, and you can access that by opening the back of your TV. They're very easy to replace and they don't actually cost very much. You just have to open the back of your TV, disconnect all the cables, unscrew the power board and then put a new one in and reconnect all the cables. You can use a multimeter if you've got one just to see if you can localize the problem within the board itself, but it's often just easier to replace the board because they're very cheap to do. There's a lot more details on how to do that in the linked article below.